guys, what's up? It's Rachel back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my current favorites. So this is all the makeup that I have been using here for a while now. This is pretty much like my everyday makeup. I don't really have any updates in this video, except if you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you'd like, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can also hit that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get started with my current favorites. So I'm kind of going to go in the order of which I apply my makeup. So that is starting off with a primer. So the primer that I have been loving here for a while is the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. So I have this little baby size, and honestly, I'm going to go through this really quickly. I've almost finished it up. I also have another one of these somewhere that I'm going to use as well because I just really love this primer. I love what it does for my skin. I feel like it does blur out my pores, and I feel like it also makes my makeup last longer. And I also think that it just makes my makeup apply so much smoother. So I just really love the way this looks underneath my makeup, and I really can tell a difference with using this primer. I have used so many primers. When I first started using makeup, I know that I used the Porefessional from Benefit, and I don't really like that primer anymore. It just shows you how things change. It's like when things come out, you forget about the old and you start using the new, and I don't really like the Porefessional that much anymore. I just love the way this feels. It is a silicone based primer, but it's not overly greasy feeling like the Porefessional. I feel like the Porefessional from Benefit is a little bit more greasy. This is just really beautiful underneath your makeup, so I highly recommend this. This is just a little baby size. Again, I have another one to go through, and I have almost used this up. I think something about it is I have been really focusing on the products that I do have, and it's almost like a project pan because I actually have been using products up. If you guys have been here on my channel for a while, then you know my absolute favorite highlighter, well, highlighters I guess you could say, is from MAC, and it's the Hyper Real Glow palette, and it's in the lightest shade. I absolutely love that, and I completely used that whole entire palette up, so that's really saying a lot. But definitely, if you guys have not tried this, I highly recommend it. I'm sure that you have. I know it's nothing new. I know a lot of people really do enjoy this primer as well. So I have three foundations to talk about. The first one is the one that I am currently wearing at the moment. This is from Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. So this is what the bottle looks like, and I actually picked this up because a lot of people was talking about it on YouTube, and I was in need of a foundation. I have had this for a little bit now, and I'm about to use it completely up. I love this foundation. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. I feel like it's very hydrating. I am somebody that, if you've been here on my channel for a while, then you know that I have extremely dry skin, and I feel like it glides on really smoothly. It covers up all of my imperfections and just redness that I'm really trying to hide. So I really love this, and I highly recommend it, and it's very affordable. It is from Milani, so you can find this at like a Rite Aid, Walgreens, Walmart. You can even get it at Ulta, so highly recommend this. Again, it's just really hydrating, but it doesn't feel like too thick, and it just glides on really smoothly. I can't say enough good things about this foundation, and I love that it's so affordable. The next foundation that I have been loving is from IT Cosmetics, and this is the Bye Bye Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer SPF 50. This is almost like a tinted moisturizer. I feel like they do have one that specifically says tinted moisturizer, and I do use that one as well, and I highly recommend it. I've talked about it here so much on my channel, but I have been using this and I have been loving it. I cannot rave about this product enough. If you're in a hurry, this is just the perfect product. It's very full coverage, and I apply this just with using my fingertips. That's how they recommend you apply it, and I think it works great. It's not mattifying. It does give you like a luminous glow, which is something that I really look for because, again, I do have dry skin. Just very glowy, very hydrating on the skin, and it just looks flawless. So I highly recommend this, and this is something that I have been grabbing for a lot. And you guys can pick this up from Ulta, in-store, and online. And the last foundation that I have here to talk about, this is the CoverGirl Outlast Active 24-Hour Foundation. So this is what it looks like. It kind of puts me in mind, the bottle anyway, of it being like a tinted moisturizer, but this is a very full coverage foundation. Obviously, this one and the other one from IT Cosmetics is my shade of when I'm self-tan. Like, obviously, this isn't going to match me right now, but I have been using this a ton because I was self-tan not too long ago, but it has definitely wore off by now. This is a beautiful foundation, and something that I really like about this is it's a matte foundation. Normally with my skin, it being very dry, I can't wear matte foundations because it just looks cakey, it looks dry, and it cracks on me, so I can't really wear a matte foundation. But for some reason, I just decided to pick this up. I actually picked this up at Walgreens. I think it was on sale, like very discounted, and I just wanted to try it out and see if it worked. I actually loved it so much that I went back and I had got another bottle of it. So it's matte, but it just looks like skin. It doesn't dry me out. It doesn't emphasize any texture. It looks really pretty on the skin, and it gives me that flawless base, what I'm looking for. So I highly recommend this foundation. Even if you're somebody that you do have dry skin, it worked out perfectly for me. So I would highly recommend trying this foundation out, especially for the price. You can't beat it. For concealer, the one that I have been using the most and I have been grabbing for pretty much every day is from CoverGirl, and this is the True Blend Undercover Concealer. So this is what the packaging looks like. I think this is the one that was supposed to dupe the Tarte Shape Tape. The Tarte Shape Tape is so much drier than this, and I actually prefer this one because it's more hydrating, and I don't want those little creases under my eyes. I don't want my concealer to age me and emphasize dry texture. Like, that's not what I'm about. So I think it looks really pretty. I feel like if you have oily skin or dry skin, you would really like this concealer because it is hydrating. It's not overly hydrating. It's just going to even things out and make everything look really nice. I really love it. It's very full coverage, and it is drugstore, so you can pick it up at like a Rite Aid, Walmart, Ulta type deal. So I highly recommend it, and this is one of my holy grails. Like, when I'm finished, I will probably go ahead and just repurchase because actually I am almost out of this. Like, I'm scraping. So love this concealer, and I highly recommend it. For a setting powder and just an overall translucent powder, the one that I have been grabbing for every day is from Wet n Wild, and this is the Photo Focus Translucent Powder. So this is what the packaging looks like. You can tell that I've definitely used it. I love this powder. It looks so pretty on my skin. I'm so afraid of powders because, again, I do have dry skin and I don't want to look dry and cakey. This looks so pretty on the skin. So what I do with this is I set it underneath my eyes, on my forehead, on my chin, everywhere I apply concealer, and then I just take a big large powder brush and go all over it again and just set my whole entire face with it. This has to be one of the best drugstore loose setting powders that I have ever used, and I highly recommend it if you guys have not tried it. Again, it's from Wet n Wild. It's the Photo Focus Translucent, and it's very affordable, and you get a lot of product in this as well. The next product I have here to talk about is actually a face palette. This is from e.l.f., and this is the Total Face Palette. Now, I have mentioned this on my channel before. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this in favorites videos. I just wanted to use this up and get it out of my collection. I love it, but it is getting on the older side, and I'm sorry that it's blinding you, but this is the packaging of it. When you open it up, this is what you have going on. So you have two blushes that are on the peachy side, you have a pretty bronzer, and then you have a pretty highlight. Now, this palette in particular is the one that's meant for fair to light skin tones, but they do have different variations if you're somebody of a medium to deep skin tone, but this is the one that works out for me. Absolutely stunning. These blushes are really pretty. It's actually what I'm wearing on my face today. I'm wearing the bronzer, the highlight, and the blushes. Like I said, this is in my Project Pan. All of these products are. I'm just trying to use it up and get it out of my collection. Not that it's a bad product. It's on the older side, and I don't want it to go to waste, and I actually really do love the product. So if you've watched some of my favorites videos here on my channel, then you've definitely heard me talk about this. So I highly recommend this if you guys have not tried it. It's really affordable, and it just looks really nice, and this is one of my go-tos. This is a staple in my collection. Another blush that I have been reaching for a lot is from Tarte, and this is a little mini blush in the shade called Embellish. So this is what the packaging looks like. I have been going through these pretty quickly. I have a lot of minis that I have bought previously through the holiday seasons, and this is what it looks like. You can see I've definitely hit pan, and I'm about to use it up. I love the Tarte Amazonian Clay formula. They last a long time, and they're really pigmented as well, so I love these blushes. It's one of my favorite formulas of blush in general. I know a lot of you guys, if you are watching my video, I know you know about these blushes. These are like a cult classic. A lot of people rave about them. A lot of people used to talk about them all the time, but this is what I have been using here recently. Something else I want to mention real quick about those blushes is they don't swatch well at all, but when you take a brush and you dip it in, you can really see it on the skin. It's just one of those products that doesn't swatch well at all. You have to see its full potential when you apply it with a brush. The next product I have here to talk about is actually a product that I have used up, and this is from Benefit, and this is the Precisely My Brow Pencil. So I use the shade Cool Gray. This is one of the best brow pencils that I have ever used. You can tell mine is gone, but I use the shade Cool Gray, and it works perfectly for me. I think it's just so easy to get the shape of brow that I'm looking for, and the spoolie is fabulous. I love this. It's my favorite brow pencil. Like the name says, it's really precise, so you can easily get in there and create those little strokes to make it look like hair. It's just so easy to work with, and I also really love this formula. It's not too creamy, but it's not too stiff. It's just the perfect in between, so I highly recommend this. Again, if you're watching this video, I know you probably have tried this or you have heard about it at least. Highly recommend. This is definitely a staple here in my collection. I have two mascaras that I have been loving, and the first one is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I like to use this one first because I feel like this one makes my lashes really fluffy. And then the next mascara that I have here to talk about is the Smashbox Super Fan. I like to combine these only because, like I said, this one makes my lashes look fluffy. And then I like to put this one on because I think it really separates my lashes, but not only that, it adds extra length. So I think these are a match made in heaven. I just love the way that they make my lashes look. Really, really nice. I like the formula on both, and I do like the wands on both. So I highly recommend these. I even wear these by themselves. It's just according to what I'm feeling, but usually I will combine both of these. And if I'm not combining both of these, I'm using one or the other. The next thing I want to talk about is a lip product, and it's actually the one that I'm wearing. Like I said in some of my previous videos, I haven't been wearing lip products just because nobody's going to see it where we've been having to wear masks. But I did want to mention this lip because it is one of my favorites, and I'm pretty sure that I have talked about this on my channel before. It's a very pretty, comfortable matte red, and when I say comfortable, it is very comfortable. I honestly can't even tell that I have anything on my lips. This is from Maybelline, and this is called Red For Me. So this is what the packaging looks like. I do have quite a few of these lipsticks in this packaging. I think they're fabulous. They're very comfortable and they're very opaque. So this is what it looks like. Again, I am wearing it today. It's definitely one of my favorite reds. It's my go-to red, if anything. And you know that's saying a lot when I'm picking this over high-end lipsticks. I highly recommend this, and I just love that it's so affordable, but that's not what makes me grab for it. I grab for it because I love the way that it looks. It's just a really good formula. You definitely can't beat it, and especially that it's so affordable. It's just, you wonder, like, it's crazy to me that this is better than some high-end lipsticks that you have to pay like 30 bucks for, and this was only like $8.99, $10 or something like that, so that's crazy. If you are into a red lip, definitely go check this one out. And the last product that I have here to talk about is a setting spray, and I have talked about this before in previous videos. I'm not a huge fan of the setting spray, only for the fact that I feel like it leaves droplets on my face afterwards, and then I have to go back in, like those little white dots, and I have to go back in with my beauty blender and kind of like tap over it. But I do feel like it does a really good job of just locking everything in, and it also gives me a really pretty glow. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Dewy set. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's very similar to the MAC Fix Plus packaging. Like I said, I love it, but I hate it, if that makes sense. I've talked poorly of this product before. What I've come to realize is I love the effect that it gives my makeup, but I don't like the little white dots and I have to go back in with my beauty blender. But I'm just trying to use this up. You can see here that I'm really close to finishing this up, and I don't want it to go to waste. I don't think this is a setting mist that I will repurchase, but I'm glad that I tried it out. It's not bad, it's just not the best. I know that there's much better out there. But other than that, that was everything. That is my current favorites, I guess you could call it, or my current everyday products. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I just want to thank you guys so much for being here and liking and commenting. It honestly means the world, and don't think that you go unnoticed because I truly see you, and I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. But before you go, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell below so you're notified every time I upload a video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.